Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NFL Alumni Lounge, and I think appropriately, it's time, baby.
It's
the man,
time. It's
Mr.
always
Bruce
time.
Buffer's in the house. How are you, man?
Thanks, Charlie. An honor to be here. I'm doing really well. Thank you.
You understand big sports weekends. You live in them. Is this the granddaddy of them all, or
Oh,
what?
it's totally the granddaddy. You know, a bucket list for me is I had a Budweiser Super Bowl commercial a few years ago. I just announced the Pro Bowl. I've been doing the Raiders all season,
Yep.
all their home games. It's so incredible to do that. But of course, the bucket list for me is to walk out in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It won't happen this year, but I'm going to predict in the next 2 years you're going to see either me or my brother and I do it together.
Wow, I got a feeling that could be at
I-
the Death Star in Las Vegas.
I have a funny feeling it possibly could. If it happens, we will see. You know, there's never anything more exciting than the impending event, but in Hollywood, if it's not their idea, it's not going to happen. So come on, NFL.
Bring it on. Now, when you first saw the Allegiant Stadium there in Las Vegas, what were your thoughts?
You know, it's like you look at it like a seventh wonder of the world. I mean, it just looks so amazing. And SoFi has that impression too, which I live down the street at the beach from SoFi. But the Allegiant Stadium, just the whole thing, and me for the Raider games, to go in and see the tailgate party and those, you know, the classic Raider outfits, and to be part of that whole spectacle and to open up the stadium, you know, for the first game they ever played there on Monday Night Football. I just feel like I had a chance to be part of history. I just feel very honored that I had a chance to be part of that.
The cool thing, man, you put goosebumps on everybody in that building. I'm serious. You channel that moment. What do you go into a zone before you channel that moment?
Yeah.
What is it? What kind of process is that for you?
You know, if you look at me in the octagon before I announce a big main event, or if you look at me up on the dais at Allegiant, you'll see me jumping up and down, you know, moving around, doing my thing. I'm getting in the zone. I mean, when I do that in the octagon, it's because I used to fight, and I know what it's like to fight, so I'm kind of getting in a fight mode. I was never a pro, but I fought a lot in my life, and I've been in martial arts since I was 12. And when I'm at Allegiant, I'm just getting my head in the game because, you know, these 70,000 fans, these great warriors of the gridiron down on the field, they need every ounce of energy I can muster up.
Absolutely.
Just like I do that for the fighters that are about to put their blood, sweat, and tears on the line, their lives, just like the warriors of the gridiron. So I assume the same attitude. Let me get them going. Let me enhance this moment. It's not about me. It's about them, and it's about the fans watching, and that just gets
And
me.
everybody feels, and that's the cool thing. You get a lot of love from the fighters, and you get a lot of love, of course, from the fans.
Yeah.
But in all the fights you've seen, do you have a fighter you were most impressed by?
No, it's very difficult. I have many fighters that I'm most impressed by. I have many fighters I feel are the greatest fighters of all time, not just the one GOAT. I've been doing this for over 25 years. I've announced every major fighter champion in mixed martial arts, in the UFC, of course. So I've seen so many.
Yeah.
It's like saying, what's the greatest fight? I've seen so many.
Right.
I see the greatest fight, and then 2 months later, I see the greatest fight.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's just a lot of great fights. There's a lot of great fighters. Now, granted, there's goats and legends like Anderson Silva and Randy Couture, you know, and
Right.
Chuck Liddell and guys like that go on and, you know, and retire, you know, out of the octagon. But we have a lot of great up-and-coming fighters, just like this Saturday, the fight with Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker, the second fight. I mean, Adesanya's on his way to becoming a GOAT, one of the greatest champions ever. Don't count out Whittaker. I hear he's in great shape. And then you got this mastodon fight with Derek Lewis and Tui Tuivasa.
Whoa.
And there's only one word I have for that. It's called Tim Burr. It's like, who's going to go down, you know? It's going to be crazy.
A lot of firepower.
A lot of firepower.
And, you know, cheers to all the great fighters who have ever graced the octagon. And cheers with a very special bourbon. Talk to us about the liquor and how you got into the liquor game.
Well, you know, I'm in the fight game, right?
Yeah.
So I always wanted a spirit. I turned down a tequila. I turned down a rum out of Brazil because I didn't like the business acumen of the people that were doing it, or didn't like the product. I met the most incredible partners who came up with this incredible name for a bourbon called Puncher's Chance Bourbon. Well, if anybody, one punch can change their life, Puncher's Chance. That's the story of my life. I've been an underdog my whole life, and everything I've done to get to where I've pleasantly and honorably been able to get to. But we've won 6 gold medals, 3 for the finest tasting bourbon in America, 3 for the finest design of bottle. We are voted by Bourbon Spectator to be the top 5 best sipping whiskey in America at $30. I just came out with a 12-year reserve I call the Distance, D12 Distance, like 12 rounds. We have made 2,000 cases. It sells for $120 a bottle. It was sold out in a week.
Wow.
So we are the highest rated and one of the fastest selling new to craft distilled bourbons in America today. I have my distillery in Kentucky. My office is on Bourbon Row. I'm really proud of this. Connor, I love you, but I'm going to show you how to do it the proper way. It's all good.
And it's incredible. And we know you do good business, and we are now in business with you.
Yes.
The NFL Alumni recently partnered with Millions, which is an incredible company you've built, and it allows former players a chance to develop their own brand, create logos for them, put out their own swag, and make it all available, one-stop shop. How'd you put that all together?
Well, these incredible business people in Canada that were in the boxing business, very passionate about boxing, and they came to me with the idea of this, and we elaborated and we developed the branding aspect, because I'm all about branding and marketing. And the fighters are out there. I don't want them just to wait till their paydays on fight nights. They should be, with social media and the way that works today, they should be able to give their fan base more. So, you know, you have Cameo, which does the videos, which I do a ton of cameos and a ton of videos I do on my own at my site, brucebuffer.com, but they don't feel like, a lot, as a rule, they feel like they shouldn't do that. We want to show them how to. So we'll take on a fighter, whether they have 20,000 followers or 2 million followers. We have a ton of people coming in. We just signed a deal with the NFL Alumni. They're coming in. We do make a whole merchandise line.
And it's beautiful stuff.
It's beautiful. Our internal design group works with the individual NFL alumni, whether they have a saying, whatever, they design everything, and then they should market this out to their social media to know they're part of millions.co, that's millions.co. And with that, we have video capabilities. And let's say there's the play out the Super Bowl. So alumni will get together and do what they call a fight companion, like Joe Rogan created for his show. And it's a watch the game with me. So for a little fee, they can charge, you know, make some coin, right? Sit there. What fan wouldn't want to be with their favorite NFL player and be able to communicate with them during the Super Bowl and watch the game with them?
We've been doing that the whole playoffs with you, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been awesome,
really
right?
awesome.
I think we had 70 watch parties for the playoffs last weekend. And it's just proven really great. And then they have Ask Me Anythings where they can write them and ask them a question, and the player will answer them on video. So it's total interaction with the fans. And again, why not keep making money whether you're retired or whether you're active? And then we opened it up to the NCAA when they allowed it. We had like 2,000 NCAA athletes sign up in the first 2 weeks.
That's incredible. And that's a whole new world.
That's a whole
new world. And I know you're going to do your thing in it.
Yeah.
And you always find out the new waves of business and marketing. So let's talk about one of your best knockouts of all time. When you were able to do the perfect breakup on Cameo.
Oh, God.
It's time for Kaylee to move on.
Insanely viral. What were you thinking doing that?
Well, first off, I had no idea. I got duped.
Yeah?
I got duped. That guy put that in and put that in for the whatever, and I thought it was like she's moving to another apartment.
No.
Maybe it's a new job, and it didn't occur to me about the breakup, right? And then it came out like that, so suddenly TMZ covers it, the Sun in England covers it, the New York Times covers it, and my business blows up 300-400%, right? But not for that reason. I went public on my podcast, and like, Kaylee, I'll apologize to you again right now. I had no idea. What a crappy thing for a guy to do, right? So I will not announce breakups. I was duped. I had no idea. Excuse me, everybody loves it, they have fun with it, but the poor girl got broken up with. So I told her publicly, listen, I'm apologizing to you, Kaylee, I had no idea, and also get in touch with me, and I'll give you a video to send back to him, okay? Let's see that one go viral.
It's a historic one. She'll never forget that. That was a historic one, and this is going to be a historic weekend. Bruce, I thank you for stopping by. Who do you got this Sunday?
May the best man win, and as far as in the UFC Saturday, this Sunday, I'm completely impressed, and it's amazing with the Bengals, but I got to go with the Rams.
Okay.
I'm buying them down to 2.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a nail biter.
It's going to be a nail biter, I think. But you know what? That Bengals quarterback is scary.
Yeah, he
and
is.
That team, and everybody's hungry. Everybody's hungry. There's no guarantees. It's like Johnny Unitas used to say, you know, I'll see you on the field, superstar, right? All good.
It will be time this Sunday, man. Thank you for sharing your time
Thank you
with us.
very much. I appreciate it. Take care.